There are two events that are going to be happening soon that are causing collectors to tweak and to churn their collection. First, it's almost the start of auction season. So some of the bigger names in the auction business, REA, Heritage, a couple of other ones, they're going to be coming out with their summer auction soon. So collectors are getting ready for that. The other event is the National. And no one wants to go to the National without a little extra scratch in their pocket. So if you're like me and like a lot of collectors that are on a budget, sometimes in order to get that extra scratch, you got to tweak and you got to churn. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Cardboard Coach Neil. Yeah, tweaking and churning, it's part of the hobby. It's part of the reason we collect. For me, I'd have it no other way. You know, a wise man, I mentioned this on my other video at some point. A wise man once told me, we don't own these cards. We just hold them for a while. And when you think about it, it kind of is true. A lot of these cards in our collection, the vintage ones, have been housed by many, many different owners. They've been passed down generation through generation. They now reside in our collection, but who knows where they're going to be in another 100 years, or if we're even going to have them in another 100 days. Because auction houses, they have a tendency to get you to want their stuff and sell some things that you have, maybe with the same auction. I've done it. Many people also have. There's also that thing I just mentioned called the National. So if you're driving or flying to Chicago, unfortunately I'm not. I will attend the National when it's back here on the East Coast, but I don't know if it's ever going to come back to Atlantic City or to Baltimore, which are the locations I would always go to. I've been to Cleveland twice. Never been to Chicago. I heard it's the best spot, but the National to me, it's almost like a glorified Philly show where you're going to get your vintage guys, but you're also going to have a lot of the other stuff that I don't necessarily collect. A lot of people do. I just don't. Strongsville, I will try to attend. I've heard about that for about the last 2 years, and I do want to make it out there. But if I do, I'm going to want to have some extra scratch in my pocket, so I may have to sell a few cards. And it happens. There's nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, the reason for this video, I saw two content creators, great guys, Sammy Thunder and Southern Collector, who kind of were talking about this kind of thing. Now, Sammy is getting ready to go to the National, and he's listing a couple of cards that he's going to be letting go of. And, I have to think that's most likely because, he wants a little bit of extra money should he see something nice at the National. You want to be prepared. The other video was really interesting. Has nothing to do with selling to buy something else. It was just a good old-fashioned trade. And if you haven't watched it, Southern Collector put out a nice video. Blockbuster trade. I mean, these were the cards that he gave up were big boy cards. Just really, really nice. Collections are, major collections are built on some of the cards that he traded away. But the card he got was, in my opinion, even bigger. And it was really, really interesting to watch. I was one of the viewers that watched the whole thing and just didn't fast forward because the commentary involved was really good. Explaining his thought processes and strategy, what he thought about the card. He pointed out something too. Yeah, we're all collectors, but we're also, to a degree, we have to have that investment type of mentality to a degree. There's some stuff I buy sheer for the enjoyment of owning and adding to the collection. There are some stuff too that I will convince myself, hey, you know what? I do want this card. I'm not just buying a card because it's expensive or I think it's going to be. But I will buy an expensive card with the idea that, hey, you know what? If I do it, it could appreciate. It could put my future, if it remains with me, a lot easier for the family to decide what they're going to do. But again, that's neither here nor there. It just happens, whether we'd like to admit it or not. So I am a collector. I also have sold some cards, and I have made a little bit of extra scratch to buy that extra something. I've traded. It's just good hearing about that kind of stuff, knowing I'm not the only one. And there's a lot of us out there. So, the point of this is if you're ready to move on from cards, again, we don't own them. We just hold them for a while. These have been passed down. It's fun owning cards. For me, the best part of, well, not the best, but one of the best parts of the hobby and of collecting is the whole chase and the whole idea that goes in before the chase, to finding the card, to finally landing the card, to owning the card and enjoying it. And then something else might come up. And the whole idea that I may have to let this card go, or I've owned it long enough, it's time for someone else to enjoy it. So that's basically the point of this short and sweet video. I'm going to put both of those guys, Sammy Thunder and Southern Collector, in the description if you want to check those videos out. And if you're not subscribed to both of those guys, you should, because it's some really, really good stuff. These guys have a great take, put out some great content on stuff. And Southern Collector's got a great collection. Got a good style, too. So, like I promised, as I started making videos just over a month ago, I think my first one was in early May. I think this is I'm in the double digits. I know that. This might be my 14th, 15th video. But I will say I hit my goal. Over 100 subscribers. So a little less than a month and a half. I thought I would be lucky if I got that by the end of the year, if at all. So for those of you that are subscribed and who do watch and put up with my nonsense, I appreciate it. It knows I'm not talking. I know I'm not just talking to myself. But it is what it is. But like I said, I'm not going to create a video without showing at least a card or two. Usually I show more than that, but this is really not about cards, more about ideas and strategy and stuff like that. So I picked out two cards, same player, same year, two different issues. First, 1954, Redman, Eddie Matthews. Just a great set from 1952 through 1955. This one's the 1954. Redman's, I only collect these with the tab. Some people don't care. For me, the tab is mandatory. But these are just really, really nice cards. If you don't have a Redman in your collection, get one. Just the back. You could send this tab away to get some free stuff. Good stuff. The other is also Eddie Matthews, also from 1954. One of the best regional sets, in my opinion, ever made. That's the 1954 Eddie Matthews. Real nice photography on this. Kind of like a pastel color look to it. Total 50s color, in my opinion. I just like these sets. I love the Hank Aaron. There's the back. Nice back, nice coloring. I once owned 3 Aarons at once. I love that card so much. How much do I love it? I have 0 of them right now, but that's for now, because one could be coming back up, because sometimes we sell and we tweak and we churn, but sometimes we also get those same examples back. So Until next time, collect what you like, buy what you can afford, and we'll talk.